Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. In the last episode, we actually got quite a few items picked up, including the Morph Ball, Charge Beam, and Bombs. So, gotten quite a bit of stuff now, and we are finally ready to take on the rest of this room now that we have the bombs. So, this room has that same puzzle that I was telling you about before, where you need to scan the 4 runic symbols in order to move forward at the end of the room, so that's what we're going to do. So right here we have a War Wasp Hive, and the trigger for activating is right there where I'm aiming, so if you actually take it out beforehand, you can destroy it before any of the War Wasps will come out. So if you want to avoid fighting them and having them be a nuisance, then that is how you can do it. Another runic symbol right here. Oh, we were not quick enough to avoid that one. So here's another one. Pulling that ammo. Right here, however, is a scan. You can't actually scan the venom weed that is down covering the first runic symbol because it will just tell you that there's a runic symbol there whenever you try to scan them. So this is where you can actually get the scan. There's going to be more of them as well. So venom weed, a poisonous plant that retracts into the ground if threatened. Venom weeds evolved to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. So let's just shoot them, make our way quickly across. They do come back after a few seconds. And we'll just keep jumping up here. The final rune is right here. And it'll unlock this door. So this is what we couldn't get through before, so we needed the bombs in order to get through that. And then these rooms just kind of shoot the floor, make sure you don't get hurt by the tangleweed or venom weed. And actually, this is one of those things that the trilogy version makes a lot easier than trying to aim with the remote otherwise. So we got some missiles, and coming up here is our first boss. That is not a very pretty face. That is a face only a mother could love. So this boss is called Flagra, as you will see momentarily. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruin. So all of the, poisonous water that we've been getting hurt by, this thing's been the cause. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. Its exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. So, we can also scan its root system here. One of Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drain channel. Analysis indicates Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of this structure. So, basically, what's powering Flagra are these sun mirrors. Actually, the name of this room is the Sun Chamber, so makes sense. So the strategy in order to beat Flagra is to rob it of the light and then go down one of these tunnels while its roots are retracted and bomb it so that you damage its central nervous system. And that is the boss in a nutshell. However, each time that you bomb a slot, more mirrors will activate. So the first time it was 1. Second time it was 2. So the best strategy is to daze it so that it doesn't reactivate the mirrors, because that's something that it can do. So we'll just go down this one. Now, it's important to make sure that the last mirror that you hit is close enough to the slot that you want to bomb, because Flagra will wake up from its stun eventually and start hitting the, hit them back. So just make sure you don't spend too much time doing that. Now this attack that it's doing right there is actually kind of annoying because you can't get around it until it disappears. So there you go, it just turned one of them back on. But a fun little factoid about this boss is actually in the GameCube version of the game, and I'm not sure if this is just the NTSC version or the PAL version as well, but this track was actually improperly looped in the GameCube version, so that it only played like the first 22 seconds, which is kind of a shame because this is a really cool track. So you're getting to hear it in all of its glory here in the trilogy version. And let's see if we can, oops. And boom. So I planned that out really well. I'm right here next to the one. Also, its body will completely block the section of the circle around it, so if you're on the wrong side, then you might have to go around the long way, and that's usually what ends up making it so that like Flagra wakes back up and you have to do the whole cycle over again. But other than that, it's not really that difficult of a boss. There's actually a really fun speedrun strat that you can do. It's kind of difficult, where if you have the space jump, you can actually space jump onto the outsides of the tubes around its roots, and you can bomb the slots from the outside. So you don't even have to actually do the whole thing with the mirrors. You can just kind of take it down from the outside and not have to worry about them at all. But your reward for defeating Flagra is getting the Various suit. I just have to say, that animation looked really cool. Like, the first time that I saw that animation, I was like, alright, that's awesome. So for getting the Various suit, you'll unlock a gallery for purchase, and that's in the extras menu that I will talk about more at a future time. For now, though, we only have one way out of here, actually. I believe the entrance that we came in through will be blocked off by vines for now. Right here in this hallway, however, will be what is probably your first exposure to the Ultra Energy, which replenishes 100 units of energy, so make sure you scan that if you haven't seen it yet. You're also going to be able to get to scan the Pulse Bamboo. Lifeform of raw energy periodically releases explosive segments from its body. Pulse Bamboos are energy beings, invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them, however. They lack any intelligence beyond an instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse Bamboos produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shed, regardless of who or what may be nearby. So if you charge your charge beam, that'll make them come towards you. So. I am trying to see if I can... Aha! Okay, well that didn't go exactly how I planned it, but I wanted to scan these enemies. They are called Oculus, wall crawler that generates electric pulses. The Oculus exposes its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the Oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retracts into its impermeable shell. So I wanted to scan that on the way down because we just fell down and we're not going to be coming back up here for a while. So you might be able to scan them from ground level, I'm not sure, but whatever. We've gotten the scan, so we don't have to worry about it. So we have another Chozo lore. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep even further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities shall remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. So, this meteor clearly had something very bad in it. There's one more. Okay. And that something kind of screwed the planet up. So we're at a crossroads here. We have another elevator. Transport to Magmore Cavern south. Now, there's a connecting tunnel here. Transport access north. But that only connects this area to the Hive Totem, so we're not going to take that right now. We're actually going to take this little branch here and then double back. So there are a few items that we can pick up on here. Now, is there anything to scan here? Maybe? I guess I can't scan this thing. There's a little elevator here that will take your morph ball up to the higher level. Alright, so in this room we should have another Chozo lore on the wall over here.
Recorded to logbook.
The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we would never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. Also, the creature that they were talking about in the fountain is Flagra, so in case that wasn't obvious, which it kind of was, but the day may come when its water dries up and there's nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. What we do know is this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. I just think it's really awesome, like being able to read the words of the Chozo. They're this mysterious entity that you hear about, but you never get to really see. And so, really, the only way that you hear about them is through lore. So, it's one of those things. I just enjoy reading those lore entries a lot. So, you can actually do this in one of two ways. You can double bomb jump, like that. You can also do a jump ball and do a double bomb jump that way. So, I'll try to do that here. So there you go. That's how you do do it with the jump ball. The jump ball version is technically faster. It also has the added advantage of not requiring you to lay a bomb on the ground. You'll see why that's actually a useful thing later. Okay. I cannot aim because the sensor bar is in the weird location. It caused me to get hit. So, remember that energy tank on this ledge? Yep, now we can get that. So, picking it up here, and then I'm just going to walk straight in this door. That door will actually lock from the other side, so you can't actually access this branch from that side. So we're just going to head back because the direction that we actually want to go is this direction. So, yeah. Really hope that isn't too big of a problem, especially when I'm doing important things. Oops. I could have stayed in Morph Ball. Oops. I'm saying oops a lot, apparently. So let's scan this. Access to Magmore Caverns North granted. Please step into the hologram. Oh, hey, look, we can scan it. That is not actually a logbook entry. Actually, I made a mistake. Instead of returning back here this way, I actually wanted to go that way. The reason I'm so used to coming back here, well, actually, when I'm doing an 80% run of this game, I don't typically do this branch at all, just because you don't need to go this way. You can actually get that energy tank on the ledge in the main plaza there without needing to come this way at all. And I also got stuck on that, so that's fun. You can actually get it by jumping from this room. That's usually how I get that energy tank. And I don't usually bother coming this way. And actually, while I'm talking about like speedrunning stuff, you actually don't need to go into this area at all. So actually, yeah, one of the first things that we're going to be grabbing on our way, or our trip through here, take care of these first, but you don't go through this branch at all because you can actually get, let's see, I think we need to, yeah, we need to hit up this one first. Because there is a block that we can't destroy with any of our weapons that we need to destroy first. But, as I was saying, you can get missile expansions without getting the missile launcher, and they still work just fine. So, you can just, you know, get another missile expansion, not even worry about fighting the Hive Mecha at all when you're speedrunning. But, since we're getting everything, we did want to come back through here. I'll skip the save point for now, just to save on time, since I did kind of screw it up a little by going the wrong direction. But there is another missile expansion in here, just inside this tunnel. Obviously, we didn't have the morph ball the last time we were here, or the bombs, so we couldn't get into there. But that should clear out the items that I wanted to get. Now we're actually we're going to complete the loop and take transport access north. Like I said that we weren't going to do. But actually, you could see it right then when we landed in the water. It's just water now. So all the acid is gone and won't hurt us anymore. So now we can finally see what's on the other side of this tunnel. This area is kind of annoying, actually. You have these elevators that are slow. You can actually get up there by doing a double bomb jump. Now, I can understand why the developers wouldn't want to force you into doing a double bomb jump. You don't actually have to do one in the entire Metroid Prime series in order to progress. Now, there are a number of items that you have to get using them, like the one in the vault that we just got, the missile expansion, but nowhere in the original Prime trilogy is it actually required to beat the game. But we are moving on to Magmore Caverns here. Got some shriek bats on the ceiling, which we can take out from a distance. And then they trick you up by putting some other ones closer. But before we get into Magmore Caverns proper, there's a save point here, and this is actually a decent place to end the episode off, so I'm going to end it here. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime. I've been redxparasite, signing out.